Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me. And Raw to take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
Looks like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
People, Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Division B West of NGS Season 13, the playoffs between Heavy Hitterz and Artemis. The lobby's already ready, but I did want to go over the map picks and bans. Heavy Hitterz won the previous match, so they got to choose between hero pick and map pick, and they chose map pick. And they want to go to Praxis. They also banned Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity, and then Artemis banned Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrine. I also have here today, for maybe the first game or two, Jakey, co-casting.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Right.
This should be a good game.
Yeah, I super impromptu picking up this cast.
I believe Artemis, that was a team that we both casted the last time.
Yeah, their first round of playoffs, they were like 6th seed against 3rd, I believe, and they got the 2-0, I believe.
Yeah. And I was looking at Heavy Hitters win rates, and I'd be very surprised if they weren't the 1st or 2nd seed going into this.
Yeah, they are. They're up there. Let me double
Yeah.
check to see really quick.
All
They
of
are
their
second.
top win rates are like 75, 90, 80, 85, 88% win rates over 9 or 10 games. Really impressive.
But it's definitely anybody's game. There's only one more round after this, so
That
a
would be
lot
the
at
finals,
stake.
right?
Yeah.
Only one of the teams can make it through.
All right, looks like we're getting into the draft.
What do you expect to see for bans?
Let's see, Praxis. It's kind of a small map or small lane to fight in, and I see a lot of Stitches bans because the hook range will bring you like right to the tower. I think it doesn't even matter like if you're like a god Stitches or just, average Stitches. You get a hook and it's almost surely a kill if you have CC to follow up.
Yeah. I'm seeing that Brightwing is the most popular hero for Heavy Hitters, so I'm curious if that'll come out on this Praxis map, because Brightwing can do a lot for giving the advantage in the offlane matchup, which is really important for having that point control.
Yeah, as far as the offlane matchup goes, I expect to see a Rexar as well, or a Rexar ban. Very, very
Rexar
strong on
ban.
this map.
I feel like it's counter-pickable, but
A new Brack.
Viking,
Yeah.
that's expected.
If you watched our last cast, Vikings is a force to be reckoned with. So,
Vikings should always be banned against Jotag.
against Jotag, yes. Even on a 2-lane map, it's been proven. Jotag is confirmed cracked.
Although they did save up for last pick, so you might be able to get away with like banning at 3rd, but they just want to get it right out of the way at the start.
A Garrosh ban.
Seems like they're trying to choke tanks.
Yeah, that does seem kind of targeted.
Yeah, Garrosh and Anubrak are the 2 most commonly played tanks for Heavy Hitters. Next up, next most common tank is Cho'Gall, which they played 3 games and won all 3 of.
Oh my gosh,
So,
really?
Yeah, but I'm not so sure about Cho'Gall on such an early game focused map. Oh, ETC, 4 games. Sorry, that's more than Anubrak. But their tank pool has been a lot of Garrosh. 9 games of Garrosh, 4 games of ETC, 3 games of Anubrak, and 3 Cho'Gall games. Anduin as well.
First pick Anduin. Yeah.
Yeah, both teams have more than 8 games. 8 games or more for Anduin.
And the Mephisto first pick as well. I wonder if
That's
that's a denial for Ashe, because Ashe on Artemis. That's also a common pick for
And
Artemis.
there's the ETC.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they Tizo would have, or Tezo Paco, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, would have
Sounds like-
picked if that first pick Anduin had been an ETC. I wonder what their fourth tank would be.
Maybe something with a lot of interrupts.
Maybe Joanna.
Yeah, that would definitely be it. Falling Sword could cleanse anybody in a mosh.
That's looking really deadly.
They did get the stitches, so we'll see if my predictions come true with the picks by the tower. And KT
Also-
and Anduin are a great follow-up to a hook. That's a
Yeah.
very long CC chain.
Additionally, Stitches has the favorable interaction into Mephisto, where you can just, if Mephisto shades in too deep, you just get Gorge and
Yeah,
die.
absolutely. We have
So
the Tychus
even-
ban.
Even if the Mephisto gets to that late game level 20 Mimic,
Mhm.
if they go in too far, Stitches Gorge, run you back, you're isolated, and you die to kill boss blow up.
Yeah, so
Tychus
just definitely a
ban.
counter for Mephisto.
Is interesting because that's something I would have thought that heavy hitters would have wanted into that big tanky tank Stitches, but they're choosing to take it away from Artemis.
They must have some other plans for clearing the objective, clearing the Zerg, because Tychus is great with that, with Odin.
This Brightwing ban.
Junkrat and Artemis.
Junkrat and Artemis. Those are two of heavy hitters' most blades. Those are number 2 and number 3.
Artemis does really well holding a lane. Really good at brawling 1v1. I'd love to see what offlaner Artemis chooses to contest.
If they're gonna pick a 4-man Deathwing.
I'm expecting a Blaze.
Okay. No. Well, if
The
it's one-
off-lane Oriole. Jotek's off-meta
crazy.
picks are so crazy.
into the Artanis, you should. I don't think that you can really get point control that easily, but
I don't think so either.
you can just sit back and catch soak.
I wonder... Because Oriole and Vala have great synergy. So
Yeah,
it would be
absolutely.
weird to have Oriole in the off lane, in my opinion.
Anduin and Vala also have really great synergy,
That's true.
so
We
it
have-
does feel like a comp that wants to be 5 people all together,
Right.
and
We've
that
got
that
the
is
last pick,
definitely one of the
Rhaegar.
strongest. Rhaegar, very solid.
I'm
I'm a
super
fan of that,
interested to
easily.
see the micro from both of these teams.
Notably, Rhaegar. Wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong team. Is it their first Rhaegar game? No, they've played 2 games of Rhaegar, 50-50 on it. Artemis is 0-2 with Rhaegar.
Makes sense they don't prioritize it.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that we get to see a Cho'Gall.
I am
Maybe on
too.
a more fitting map.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that was an option, but they've played it 3 times.
And they
No, I've
won
got
every
my
single
hopes.
time. But maybe they were expecting the other team to expect it in the beginning, so. Alright. We have Tespaco on ETC, 8 Monkey on Artanis, K-Star on Rhaegar, Xandanarian on Mephisto, Gecko on Junkrat. And then we have Ashe on KT, Anduin is 7, and honestly on Stitches, and then Dark Horse on Vala, Jotek on Oriole. Looks like Artemis is doing a 2-3 split, at least in the beginning. Let's see these level 1 talents. We've got Prog Rock, Totem Build, Auto Attack Vala, Mana Addict, Searing Light, Patchwork Creation. I'm still waiting on some talents. Even-Handed Blessings.
I like Even-Handed Blessing. That's such a fun talent.
I think you have to have like a specific type of comp for it, but it is really good talent.
I just like the mini game that goes along with it.
All right, swap on Stitches.
I'm expecting him to just walk out. So
Right, yeah.
I'm going to talk about the fact that Artemis is the one in the bottom lane.
Yeah,
while
absolutely.
Mephisto got hooked in and just died to Kel'Thas
Right.
damage.
Looks like he was just a little too far forward. Junkrat soaking pretty safely. And this is what I was talking about with the synergy of Bala and Oriole.
This is a very potent 2-man and a very potent 3-man for Artemis. Like, they were already able to get a kill down one member in the bottom lane. And it seems like they're sending Artemis up to match the 2-3.
We've got a point control fight here. Artemis taking lots of damage, stacking this Bola, and they're able to get Artemis.
That's so brutal. This game just looks so over already. I know it's not over, but this is something Artemis has clearly practiced a lot. And I don't know how our heavy hitters can
We
do
have
it.
the invade from ETC, but ETC's team is a little far behind. He does make it out, gets hooked back in.
Bala
finishes
rotated
him off.
down to get in that last bit of damage and find the kill on the ETC.
That was a very aggressive play. And it would have made a little more sense if his team followed up.
Maybe you just assumed that there was only one person on the point, but it's a bruiser camp. There's no one that can really solo it for Artemis.
So currently Artemis has control of both points. Bot is currently being tested.
They don't want to fight because they don't know where ETC is, but once he shows top, they'll probably start contesting bottom.
This wall is taking a lot of damage early game.
Seems like Bala's trying to sneak that point while Oriole's getting harassed by the 2 bruiser.
Oriole has pretty good feels for a healer.
Mephisto's rooted in the bottom lane, taking a lot of damage. Trades to try to get out, but
the healing over time will be enough.
Kel'Thas just barely misses the flame strike on the return timing, and it is not enough damage to get that kill.
This ball is getting pretty stacked.
It's not insane. 32 in 3 minutes 20. Not too bad.
So this wall is down now. Swap on Bala.
Bala is really low mana here.
This wall is also getting pretty low.
Hook onto the Junkrat.
Living Bomb finishes him off.
Mephisto shades in, and it won't be punished this time. He's walking up very aggressively.
Right, this is a very aggressive play by Mephisto. I was just about to say that.
Does he have to hook up? There's the hook, and that's another kill. That was some super aggressive positioning from Mephisto.
Right.
He just... Yeah, there's no pull from that Rhaegar. He does not have nearly as strong of a save as they might be used to playing with. That's 100% Zerg wave for Artemis. ETC going in on the Oriole. She is taking damage, but does not quite have the self-healing to keep herself alive.
Pretty weak Zerg. Bala should be able to clear this, unless
that swap lands, stun from the ETC, boof away. It's gonna go right down to the Zerg wave combined with
there's a Gambit stack gone from Bala.
True.
This may be a fork.
It might be, but that top wall is going to take a lot of damage in response.
Hook on a Junkrat. Follow-up route by Anduin.
Nice route.
Cleanse with Rhaegar. ETC getting super low. Taps. And the fort goes down.
Is that the full wall in top lane? Yes.
Yes. So about half a level lead for Artemis. Still anyone's game.
Oriole starting that top camp.
Mm-hmm. Looking for this.
4-man
very
rotation trying to catch
aggressive-
the Vala.
This is a 5-man.
5-man.
Power slide on the Vala. That's
Jesus.
another Gambit stack gone.
That's
That was a very nice play. And now they get to have this camp.
gonna help somewhat with the XP, but they aren't catching Soak bottom, so they'll still be behind by a little bit.
Playing very aggressive up here.
I think they want the stop fight.
Tennis is leaving to do the siege or to soak. And Artemis is coming to respond. They would not like to give this fort for free.
Drunkrat's up pretty far. Hook from Stitches just barely misses on the shade. Totem comes down. Seems like they were looking for the Mephisto, but Stitches could not quite land the hook. Meanwhile, Artemis does catch that big wave of Soak in the bottom lane.
Artemis will be getting their 10s first.
Yes. Seems like Breezer camps are traded.
There's a bit of soak probably missing from down here.
Instantly picks Gorge, as expected.
And we've got Resurrect, Strafe.
Oh. I
Light
would not have
Bomb,
expected Resurrect.
and Pyroblast. And 10s are online for heavy hitters. We have Riptire, Suppression Pulse, Durance. And missing one. Oh, Bloodlust. One more.
ETC is holding out. They should hold it
Mosh
because
pit.
oh, that's Mosh. Okay. What are cancels for Mosh? There's
We've got-
Oriole has a
right.
good one.
Stitches, Hook.
Yeah, Stitches hook. Light Bomb technically.
KT's E. Pretty hard to engage here for the Oriole.
Volleyball. Strafe instead of Rain into Mosh.
It's pretty hard carry as far as damage goes. Heavy hitters looking for this very aggressive rotation once again. I don't know if all I can get out of this.
She tries her best, but swap from the Artemis keeps her locked in there.
Oriole's also very
They're
in
looking for the
trouble.
Oriole.
The
Pull
pull.
from the Anduin. Boot from the Junkrat onto 4 people, just scattering them. Everyone goes to their proper side.
Pyro goes.
Pyroblast.
ETC. 400
quite
HP. ETC probably uses an ability to get armor. Gorge on the Mephisto. Light Bomb on Stitches. Mosh on Anduin and KT. Everybody's pressing R. Suppression Pulse comes out. Swap on Stitches. Stitches goes down.
Ball is
Ball's
in
back.
deep looking for that Mephisto.
Ball
but
getting
she
very chunked by
cannot find it.
Junkrat.
This game has turned on its head.
Yeah. Heavy hitters now has the experience lead by just a little bit. KT's backing. And this looks like a fort for heavy hitters.
Did Resurrect did get used that fight, but I didn't catch who it got used on.
I don't... I'm thinking it was Oriole.
Oh, it's self-resurrect?
Yeah.
Probably. She was taking a lot of damage.
Alright, so ATC is capping top. Artemis looking to re-engage. 313 most likely, and since somebody took top, they know one is missing.
A level 13, that might hit someone.
Yeah. Stitch's extended hook at level 13 is super deadly. Very big power spike for him. Combined with Gorge. Tanks warding. Durance on Stitch's pull from Anduin. Mephisto gets gorged after shading. Riptire on their backline. Volus, 190 HP. Pyro on Mephisto. This is really deep for heavy hitters. Mephisto taking tower shots. Stitches get swapped in. Stitches goes down.
That was a massive boot from Junkrat. Bring the KTZ right, Kel'Thas right where they want him. He lands a 3-man stun, but they can still finish him off. being resurrected by the Oriole, but the Oriole's going to die for it. And the Kael'thas is stuck in the middle of the team when there's a bloodlust going on. Junkrat is surviving with just a few hundred HP.
Resurrect
Still
is
managing
actually
to
a
pull
super risky ult, just because you can see when exactly they will resurrect and where. So heavy hitters, take that
see
down.
people take the stasis a lot more than I see resurrect, just because it
I
has a lot
myself,
of
yeah.
utility.
I myself take Crystal, and Resurrect has 100-second cooldown, which is extremely long in my opinion.
Yes.
Especially if they die immediately after, it's kind of like a useless ult.
Well, the same thing can happen with Crystal, I guess. Sometimes they just die immediately after, but
That's
at least
true.
it's not a 100-second cooldown.
Yeah, exactly.
UDC is looking once again. Lands a stun onto the Kael'thas. Follow up. Mephisto's Durance lands on the Oriole.
Riptire on
Ball
their
is
back
strafing in
line.
the back line. Hook from Stitch is going to whiff. Boot from Junkrat tries to push him into a bad position. This boss is dealing a lot of damage to that fort. Stitch is in the middle of their team, but he is not taking much damage. He taps, and that's going to be enough health to walk him out.
The
deaths
blue
to walk
Zerg
damage.
is a really big bot. They have the full Zerg wave and this bot.
Mephisto's Gorge. That's Light Bomb follow-up. Sun from the Kael'thas, and that is a dead Mephisto. I didn't catch what happened, but I'm just gonna make a wild guess that he shaded forwards and got Gorge. They had really good timing on that Light Bomb too. Just
Right.
immediately
Hook
followed
on
up.
the ETC, gets blocked by the tower. And this
That's
boss
unlucky.
has like 10% HP left. The whole wall is gone.
Kael'thas and Oriole have rotated bot to clear the Zerg wave, but this top keep might go down because of it. It is currently a 4v3.
Bloodlust. They really want this keep. Slide on Stitches with Junkrat mine.
Move from the Anduin lands onto Junkrat, but he still has enough speed to walk out.
So the keep has about maybe a third of its health left.
Bottom keep still has health. What's the bottom wall at?
It's gone.
Bottom wall is gone. Another Zerg wave through either lane could be a win condition.
Heavy
'cause
Hitters
those
has
keeps will die really
the
fast.
level 16 talent tier, so
That's such a dangerous bush.
yeah.
I can
And
see it. But
Artemis
they could not
knows
have
it.
anything to.
We are not. They're not willing to rotate through there,
Oh.
and the warding from Stitches.
Seemed like they were almost willing to.
Looking for a hook duel. Oh, that was a very good sidestep by ETC.
So close. This is still the level 16 advantage for
Right.
heavy hitters.
And it looks like Artemis is trying to get that level 16 so they can engage and defend their keeps.
Lightning reaction from Mephisto. That's a fun one. I want to see some one-shots. That is the Q. The skull missile explodes when it contacts the lightning nova. So if you put your skull missile tangent to that like circle ring of death,
Yeah.
it gets a bunch of chained explosions in a row that can deal a ridiculous amount of damage to a single target if they're CC'd. And Durance is a very convenient 2.5 second CC that's right in Mephisto's kit. So
16s are online for Artemis now.
I'm not seeing a whole lot that's crazy. This is pretty much what I'd expect from everyone. Kael'thas going into some of the Living Bomb talents. I'm not sure what 16 they're gonna go. I'd expect the
Yeah.
Flame Strike spreads Living Bomb. At 20, they could go for the Flame Strike talent that increases its range by a lot, or they could also go for Infinite Living Bomb spread. But heavy hitters have been doing a good job of not spreading Living Bombs so far, so I'd expect the longer range talent.
They have both a Bruiser and a Sage up here. It looks like they wanted to take the keep, but are backing for the objective instead.
They don't really have to do anything. They can just sit back
Yeah,
and get an
yeah.
objective, camp a bush. If
They
they
were
try to
playing
face check.
aggressive when they had the talent tier, but flank position from ETC. Durance on the Stitches gets pulled
There's
out by
that bomb.
Anduin.
If that was anyone except the Stitches, they would have died.
Bloodlust comes
ETC
out.
going in, Mosh onto 2.
Pyro on
Artemis
the
on the
ETC.
back line. Light Bomb comes out, completely misses. Mephisto's dealing so much damage. Strafe going on. The Junkrat got gorged, but there's no follow-up off of it. The Junkrat manages to escape with his life. Stitches hook back onto him, misses. Oriole is still in their back line. Swap comes in onto the Stitches, and he's taking a lot of damage, but he just keeps healing back up.
And the objective
Artemis
is
is
full
dropping low.
Zerg for heavy hitters.
That's a trade, but the health bars are definitely in favor of heavy hitters from here on out.
Oriole
And that's
goes down
another
as
kill
well.
off the Oriole.
It's 2 for 2, but full Zerg wave. Resurrect is up. I'm wondering if Oriole will use it on herself.
Oh,
Durance on the
Durance
KT.
lands one-shot combo from the Mephisto.
Great pull from Anduin.
He dropped
The
to
Zerg does need
225
cleaning
HP. If that's one level higher, he just dies there. Like one more level difference, that's just the death.
Shields are quickly going down.
Oh dear, this might just be game. Mephisto getting resets and it's going to be dealing quite a lot of siege damage here. Yeah. GG.
Alright, and the first game goes to heavy hitters.
I want to see these damage numbers. Yeah, that. Wow, the Junkrat managed to keep up a lot more than I would have expected.
Let's see, Junkrat at 44k, Mephisto at 51. Kel'Thas at 43, Vala at 42.
Notably, I think Junkrat dealing more damage than both the Vala and the Kel'Thas says a lot about how this game went. The Artemis and Artemis ETC just diving onto
The back
Vala
line.
and Kel'Thas prevented them from being able to deal the damage that they wanted to.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Stitches as a tank is that he does not have a lot of healing tools for his team. The whole idea for Stitches is you get that pick, you get somebody super out of position, and then you have the numbers advantage. If you don't have the numbers advantage, the fight doesn't go so well when your backline gets dove.
Yeah. Anduin and Oriole, in theory, provide that peel. 2 healers, Oriole with quite a lot, Anduin with the pulls. But so many times I was seeing Oriole ending up in the middle of the other team, just because of how the positioning worked out. Like they were entering from a lane and Oriole was walking, maybe to get an angle onto a boop into a wall, or
well, heavy hitters
way,
did
they
take
just
like
the
super
opposite
aggressive flanking positions, like
yeah.
behind the tower, like behind enemy lines with ETC. Even Mephisto was super aggressive, which caused some deaths, but overall it seemed to work out for heavy hitters being very aggressive almost all game.
Those were some really crazy fights too. They got so hectic. There
Yeah.
were so many spells being cast all at once.
And so many saves and so much healing. Yeah.
There were so many times when I just thought that Stitchers would melt. It took me until like the very end of the game to just realize, yeah, Stitchers doesn't melt quite so easily. It takes a few combos to really get him down. Also, healing numbers. I guess with 2 healers, you wouldn't expect each one to do as much, but Rhaegar doing almost as much healing as the 2 healers combined. Which is rather impressive. That's 78k combined compared to the 68k from the Rhaegar.
And he also went Bloodlust, which less healing overall. The Wellspring talent is like a huge healing spike for Rhaegar.
Yes.
Where it casts a chain heal.
That level 13 Wellspring is really strong. The actually the chain heal talent also very, very strong.
Living Enchant, yeah.
Yeah. Ever Living Enchant? One of them.
This build overall, like the totem build, is what sent Rhaegar up the charts in win rates.
They actually went for
After
the
the
Purge
rework.
talent at 7 rather than the totem one. Which is, I believe that's one of the more important. That's the one that reduces spell power. 7.
It also reduces the cooldown. So if you're really good at purging the hooks, then that's even less value Stitches will get during the game.
I was thinking about they didn't go for the totem talent at 7, which is the one that gives it a bunch of extras, like utility. It makes it reduce spell power.
Right, yeah. I mean, you'd have to place it where the mages are standing.
That's true.
So, and
I
that's
mean,
kind of
Vega
aggressive
was
for
going in on the
Rhaegar.
mages really deep with that
Yeah,
bloodlust.
yeah. It just seemed like both are good talents. They opted for this one. I'm not entirely sure why.
Grounded Totem. It's also an attack speed slow. I'm really surprised they didn't take that. Yeah. Grounded Totem. Enemies in it have their attack speed slowed by 25%, spell power reduced by 15%, and also increases the range by 50%.
Yeah.
That's a curious one. I guess Purification is also very, very good, so can't really complain.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. They've made another lobby. Let me head over to the map screen.
I'm definitely the TLV is 100% getting banned here.
Okay. Let's get into this lobby and see what map they took. Going to Towers of Doom. Love that. Change the score here. You think TLV is getting banned here just because they can take the altars while everybody's fighting over the other ones?
What did you say? You think what?
TLV will get banned just because of the altars, right?
It's a 3-lane map, so TLV will definitely get banned. It got banned on a 2-lane map as their first ban. They clearly respect it. Like, in that last match we watched, I was like, maybe TLV makes it through on this 2-lane map. And it did make it through, and it was absurdly powerful. There is no chance it gets through on a 3-lane map. I wouldn't be surprised if that win rate number on Lost Vikings, they have a 71% win rate on it over 7 games. If that's all on 2-lane maps.
Just because they get banned on 3-lane maps
Yeah,
and not banned on 2-lane maps?
Exactly. They only get to pick it on 2-lane maps, and it's still a 71% win rate for them. I'm actually curious. I'm going to check the stat on that. Okay, not quite. They got Lost Vikings on Volskaya twice, Towers of Doom twice, and Dragonshire once.
Dragonshire is a good one for TLV.
They lost both of the Volskaya games, the Vikings. That's their 2 losses.
I don't believe Volskaya is in the ranked pool, right?
It is not.
So it's kind of hard to get practice on Volskaya if you're not doing a scrim with other teams and the like.
Yes. In the... One of those matches was against an Asmodan. I find that here's a bit silly. Sorry, I just had to play. It felt like pointing that out.
I think Asmodan's a great hero. He just not as potent in a team fight. Not a lot of like CC escape tools.
Okay, but you have a big orb.
Great sieger. On a map like this, run it down Asmo is it's not that bad because when you take the forts, you know, the altars don't do as much.
I believe that heavy hitters have actually played some Asmodan games in NGS. So technically, they've played one Asmodan game and they lost.
All right, getting into the draft.
So definitely going to be a TLV ban.
I totally expect that as well.
Do you think anything from that last match has to get banned away from either Artemis or heavy hitters?
I think maybe the ETC. Oh, very quick ban. It's the Haka.
Oh, okay. Is there a chance that they first pick Vikings?
I think so, definitely. I think if it's left open and with a win rate like Artemis has with Vikings, why not?
I mean, if they play it, but first picking Vikings seems.
Oh, you mean first
little-
pick for heavy hitters?
Yeah, first pick for heavy hitters.
Like the
'Cause they're-
denial?
Yeah, as a denial.
I don't think so. I
think
think
it's-
in well, I haven't checked to see if there are any Vikings players on heavy hitters.
They don't
but-
have any matches of it.
All right,
Yes.
there it
Okay,
is.
there we go.
We don't have to think about the possibilities.
A new black ban once again. That's the same. It would be the same if they banned Garrosh. But I don't believe Dahaka was banned last game. Do you know what they banned instead of Dahaka?
I don't, but I thought that it did ban Haka. The Anduin ban. Interesting. Artemis plays a lot of Anduin. But I assume the Anduin ban means they don't want targets getting pulled, so I'm maybe expecting to see like a variant or something like that on Artemis.
Maybe.
We got
There's the
first
Garrosh.
pick, Garrosh.
Yeah. Well, Anduin is good against the Garrosh, so
This is true.
seeing the Anduin get banned might make them think, hey, you just banned one of our counters. Let's pick this. I definitely expect them to pick Brightwing if it's still open. So if Artemis doesn't take away Brightwing, that's going to be Garrosh Brightwing. Brightwing really strong on this 3-lane map. And it's one of their most, it is their most played healer. Stitches, okay. That's also a very strong combo.
Yeah.
Running it back with the Stitches comp. Last time I thought that it was a counter pick into the Mephisto because I think that it got picked after it. But
I think Artemis has had a good bit of success with the Stitches.
yeah, and especially with the Junkrat now, should be good. There's the Brightwing
Yeah,
and the
there's
Zarya.
the
Those 2 speed
Zarya.
boosts for this Garrosh.
Oh yeah. Putting all their marbles into Garrosh, which he's great early
mean,
game, and
Makes sense.
you get an early game lead in this map. It's a game of ring around the rosy, taking your forts back.
Also, if you can like follow the Stitches, like being able to put that Fairy Dust plus
Mm-hmm.
Zarya shield might just be enough to save someone and let them run straight out
That's true.
instead of being stuck in the wherever Stitches tries to isolate them.
We got the Zool ban. This is one of Zool's best maps as a double soaker.
I think this is Zul's best map.
Yes.
What is the next best double soaker you think? Malthael? Blaze? I think Blaze is
Malthael's-
the next most meta. Kael'thas is a very good ban, I think. It has it has the follow-up stun for Junkrat Trap Stitches combo.
Mhm.
They've shown that they're willing to pick it. I think that's a solid ban. Sorry, what were you saying about double soakers?
Oh yeah, I would definitely say Malthael, but you're right about Blaze being more meta. I think Blaze brings a lot more to the team fight because it's a tank. But he can double soak, so more CC, more health. The kidnap comp.
They're going all in on Stitches.
Yeah, this is a lot of follow-up. We've got Gorge in the portal, Junkrat Trap, Malfurion Root.
They definitely planned this out.
Portal is
This
actually
is-
really good if
I was
Garrosh
thinking-
throws someone too.
Banning Anduin, it's reasonably predictable that the other team's going to go for a Garrosh comp. But leaving up the Medivh as like that secondary way to save from a Garrosh throw, that's really smart. If it was intentional.
Vala
I'm just
and
gonna put
Gazlo. Gazlo looks like their offlaner.
Yeah, that's not a super meta offlaner for
No,
this map.
it's
You'd
not.
expect someone to have faster wave clear.
But I would like to see how that turns out. Gravel Bomb is a huge, huge team fight game changer. Especially at level 20, it takes up so much of the screen. It's very hard to get out of.
It's possible that they'll do a 1-1-3, something like Brightwing in the top lane, Gazlo in mid, with Gazlo switching to double soak whenever the Brightwing needs support in the bot lane. But that seems weird to not have your healer primarily with the group.
And we've got a
Leoric
last pick
also a very
Leo.
meta
Mhm.
double soaker. Man. I have no clue how this game is gonna go.
Me neither. Heavy Hitter's draft is, to me, looks unorthodox with the Zarya and the Gazlo. And then Artemis's draft is very, very. We get a hook, we get a kill. And if that doesn't work out, then there's not a lot left.
I want to see the sapling talent from Malfurion, not because
broccoli?
it's good, but because
You mean-
yeah, I want to see the broccoli,
The broccoli.
just because it's fun, and also
I love the broccoli.
they arguably lack damage on the blow up, so it just adds
Yeah.
clear damage for that.
Yeah, I mean, unless this is like a God Medivh.
I think they'd have a hard time killing any of the bruisers. And Brightwing, they could definitely one shot. Same with Junkrat.
All right, let's check out these level 1 talents. We've got extra throw range for Garrosh, hyper shift on Brightwing, rocket boots, which is the E talent for Gazlo.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
The minion health on Leoric.
Oh, I don't see that. The Orc
Portal
talent's super often.
Mastery.
3, 2,
It's pretty good for double soaking since you're getting a lot of minions.
Yeah.
Patchwork creation on Stitches, and it is
Emerald Dream.
Dreams. Very meta. Extra round timer.
Very meta, but you make me
I
sad.
love Feel the Heat with Zarya. Her damage output goes through the roof if she can get value with this. And then auto attack Bala. Looks like we got a little bit of cheese down here.
That was a lot of cheese. They got the full bottom tower.
Yeah.
Garrosh took half his health bar, but oh well. A little heal. Ribs grow back, as they say. Garrosh is already so fast and so threatening. This, like, level 1 through whenever Stitch it, level 1 through 13, seems like it's gonna be a rough time for Artemis. At least until they get Gorge.
Yeah, I was gonna
'Cause that's
say
a
Gorge
longer
is gonna
combo.
be a big one because Portal is baseline.
Portal will hopefully be able to save a lot of people, Portal plus Protect, but once they're getting those Gorge combos off is when Artemis really comes online. Camps are spawned. Seems like Heavy Hitters rotating straight to theirs. Garrosh just taking a peek. Medivh should be able to scout it out and see when they're finishing, make sure they're not getting invaded, but rather uneventful. In the double soak, seems like Leoric has pretty significant clear advantage and is rotating down to make this a 5v4.
Garrosh is really back there. Root onto Garrosh and Brightwing. Brightwing gets booped behind the tower.
Garrosh throws the Brightwing out of danger, but Vala is going to fall to that rotation from Leoric. That was a very worthwhile rotation. Hook from the Stitches onto the... Oh, wow.
Sleeper on a Garrosh. Shield from Zarya, not enough to save him.
That was a great rotation from Leoric.
Yeah.
Really set that up.
Right.
Because I would not have favored them in this straight 4v4, but after he rotates in, that's definitely favored for Artemis.
Yeah, and he killed their hyper carry because Bala is their only DPS.
Once again, auto attack, taking out
Yeah,
that Gambit stack early is a big
exactly.
deal.
Hook on the Bala. Root to follow up. Doesn't quite connect. Able to vault out in time. Sorry gets booped in
Root from Chunk.
the front line of Artemis. Spaceship comes out the healer. Me
Junkrat
getting
not
this
going-
vision for Stitch's hooks, which is I love.
Junkrat is not going for a trap build, which I actually really respect here. They would lack sustain damage without Junkrat going for a more damage-focused build. I was thinking that Broccoli is a more fun way to deal with that, but Junkrat going for Q build, or going for a grenade build makes a lot more sense, logically.
Top altars get traded by both offlaners, and they're rotating pretty much at the exact same time. So much sustain from both of these teams. Leoric comes
Leoric
in
comes
really
straight in.
deep, gets protected by Medivh. Uses Wraith Walk. Heavy Hitters getting chunked, tapping.
Hook misses.
Leo
Roll on
gets
the
thrown.
Leoric. He's stuck in the back line. Uses the spooky walk to get out at just a few hundred HP. Stitch is also falling to about half. Medivh at half.
Right wing is capping.
I think that's this cap going over to heavy hitter.
Ooh, minion in front of Garrosh. Medivh's halfway stacked. 20 out of 40.
That's a lot in 4 minutes.
It is.
That's like 1/4 of, I guess 1/4 of Vala stacks doesn't sound all that impressive, but Medivh Q is a lot harder to hit than a Vala auto attack.
Gazlo coming for the rotation instead of Leoric this time.
This time Leoric is not here and Gazlo is, so Artemis has to run.
Junkrat gets thrown in, protected by Medivh. Portal comes out, but Junkrat is walking the other way. Still able to get out. Heavy Hitters
Cool.
takes the camp.
Yeah, Junkrat bogged down, level 7. Slow on the concussion line. Will make it hard to chase him out from there.
Interesting. Sappers take the wall. Garrosh taking tower shots here.
Junkrat falling to just a couple hundred health. Leoric now making the rotation in. No level 10s yet, so there's no entomb. Slow onto the volley. Gets thrown in, protect from the Medivh. And everyone's just gonna walk right out.
And Gazlo's here for the rotation. A little too late. Both offlaners returning to soak. The race to 10 is in favor of Artemis by about half a level.
Yes. That's definitely just due to the Leoric and
So there's
the
one
Gazlo.
altar spawning. Leo is mid. Gazlo is top.
So Leoric has to catch that top wave, which means Gazlo is going to be closer to the bottom lane when
That's
this objective
correct.
is spawning.
Gazlo
This
does
might
have
just be
priority.
another objective for heavy hitters.
Speedy
Yeah, Gazlo has
Garrosh
a
coming
significant
in.
rotation advantage.
Right wing is starting to cap. Bala gets hooked.
Hook onto Vala, but there's no Gorge yet.
Thrown
Gets thrown
from
out by the
Garrosh.
Garrosh. The Deep gets thrown in, portals
Takes a
to get
portal.
himself to safety.
Gazlo comes in for this
Nothing
rotation.
The
Leo
only
continues
solace
double
for
soul.
Artemis is that they're building up this experience lead. They're almost a
correct.
full level lead at this point. It's still about a half level lead, what am I saying?
They don't even need to hook. They can portal in, gorge, portal out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Although, they can also hook, gorge, portal even further back. If they just want to abduct someone straight to the death zone from the middle of the lane.
Bala catching
Although if you do
mid
that,
soak.
you might not have time for the trap follow-up. Oh,
Gorge
there
on
it is.
Garrosh, portals. Right wing TPs, in time, shield ally. That is some great counterplay for Gorge, the shield and the TP.
Yeah.
Now
And they did
Furion
not
gets
have-
thrown, Twilight Dream comes out for the disengage. Heavy Hitter's getting really, really chunked. Leyline.
Isolates the Zarya and the Vala, but Gravo onto the Stitches.
Leo
There are
finishes off
sirens,
right
I'm gonna let
wing.
you talk.
No problem. Entomb comes out, Bravo Bomb on the entire team. This is super bloody. Zarya dies to Leo. And that is a 1 for 3 with 2 altars spawning. Got a camp invade here with a portal out if necessary.
I'd love to see Medivh just putting down those partial portals, because it's completely free. And yeah, there's just no cost associated.
Gazlo's
He's
able to
barely
take
missed
the
it.
altar while teammates are responding.
That's illegal.
Vala, very, very in trouble. Hook. Last
That
auto by
Vala also
Junkrat.
illegal.
Alright, Gazlo returning to soak. Still a whole level lead on Artemis.
That lead has
However,
expanded. It was a
they-
half level lead before, now it's a
They
whole
are
level.
down about 2 altars, so they will be needing to make this up at some point.
I'd take the level lead at this point. 2 altars is very easily make-upable. If they can turn
That's
that
true.
level lead into a bot fort, I'd take that over the shots any day.
Yeah. Getting that
Although-
bot fort will eventually secure access to 2 altar spawns.
this next altar spawn is 2 in the top lane, so this bottom fort is not quite as important as it normally would be.
13 is online for Artemis.
Let's see if they can push these sappers to the wall. They have not gotten a whole lot of siege time in this
Garrosh
game.
goes
Throw
into
from
the
the
throw
Garrosh,
stitches.
protect
Ollie.
from the Div is going to save him. Boop, pushes away the Zarya. That
There's
is
a Gorge, but no portal. Vala comes out. Riptire on Vala. 240 HP.
that is so much speed. She just zooms out of there with the
And 2 on
Speed
Vala.
shield.
Bravo
Bravo
bomb.
bomb
Big
on the 2.
combo. Vala with 92 HP. Stitches goes
Vala.
down. Malfurion goes down. Leo takes the portal out. And 2 altars are spawning.
I can't help but feel like Vala should have died there.
Yeah, absolutely. But I really love Zarya as a support role here.
Yeah. Like, even though she got gorged in super deep, silenced by the Twilight Dream, she still just ran straight out. That is
Look-
both of these altars.
It
and
looks like there
maybe
was a bit
bot.
of a misplay on side of Artemis. When Vala got gorged by Stitches, there was a portal Medivh made, but Stitches did not take it.
The Belrog
Garrosh
Leo
slept in
once
front of
again,
the
he's protected.
towers.
And that's a kill onto the Garrosh.
Entomb on Vala,
Vala's in
hook on
2,
Vala.
gets pushed out. What can
It's
they do with this
unfortunate.
stuff?
Yeah, it's
no objective.
exactly. The timeliness of these deaths are super important. Artemis lost team fight right before the objective. Sure, they got this one, but what is their siege potential?
They have to start turning this into like real tangible core points if they want to get back in this game.
Exactly. And
They're-
they have half, 16 to 32.
Those sappers just got bugged.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think it's actually a beneficial bug in this case because they're going to go in anyways. So now they just get one on the fort instead of it going off the wall. Does not make a huge difference here.
Okay, Leo's coming for this rotate while Gazzo's still mid. Gorge on a Garrosh. Leyline.
There's no trap. He just walks out. Entomb comes out, Gravo Bomb. He's got so much HP, Brightwing gonna phase shift, puts him to full. Vala gets thrown out to safety. Garrosh dropping low again, speed shield onto him to get him out, throws the Malfurion in, and
Twilight
Malfurion's gonna
Drain.
get
Protected by Medivh. Oh my gosh, 100 HP. Friendly hook. Oh no.
friendly hook to death.
Was
He was
it
gonna die to the
friendly?
Vala anyway.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. If
Vala
Stitches-
taking that level 7 hot pursuit means she can run down practically anyone that
Once
doesn't have a speed
again,
boost themselves.
some numbers advantage right before the altar. Junkrat.
Protect,
Oh.
portal, loops himself out.
The friendly hook just misses. Very nice. But
Ripper Air just barely getting him out. That increased knockback distance.
so Heavy Hitters
Coming in.
takes bottom altar. Artemis only has 12 points left.
Oh, that's a big hook. Does not get him on the right side of the wall. Entomb is a root.
Gravel bomb on Medivh.
Zarya landing the Graviton Surge onto 2 there is going to
Hook
win
onto
this fight.
Garrosh. Gorge on the Garrosh. That should be a dead Garrosh.
He's lived from these sorts of situations
You're not
before, but
wrong. Gets rooted
that
under the
sleep is
tower.
gonna seal it. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh,
okay.
wait.
Oh,
He's still alive. He's got armor. Oh my gosh. Oh my
the boop
gosh.
again.
They really
from
want
the
this
tower.
Garrosh, but Heavy
Sweet.
Hitters
Shield
gets
again?
the altar.
Shield was just about to come up, I'm sure.
Hook.
That's
They keep getting these kills after the objective, though.
2 kills for
It's
Artemis,
super
but once again,
detrimental.
the objective is down. Even if they get this kill on the Vala, that doesn't do anything for them. They can
Right.
get the boss, they can get... Oh, they can get
Heavy
this
Hitters did
objective,
not
sure,
get
but
their safe side altar.
That feels like a bit of a mistake.
Right.
But I guess they were fully committing to that fight, because if they won it, they could go back, cap it, and get the boss, and that's a win.
Gaslo looks like he's in trouble here. Pops his ult to get the disengage.
Brightwing
BP from
coming in.
Brightwing. Cleanse to get them out of the root, but
That's
Leyline.
a weird ley line,
Is
but
it?
it does work out.
Because Brightwing cleansed the root, so they could have potentially walked away.
I say it's a weird ley line because it prevents any immediately incoming damage from the team. And unless they were communicating like exactly when their cooldowns were coming up and like saying, yes, stall them for whatever 2.5 seconds, that Leyland could make a CC miss.
Vala takes this siege camp, which doesn't get the tower, but if it's not defended, it's pretty close. And boss taken by Artemis.
More importantly, they just need to get that off the map, so
Yeah.
one altar is no longer a win condition. One altar plus bot. No longer a win condition for heavy hitters for the next few minutes. Next 5 minutes.
Right wing is back up, as well as Gaslow.
We're back to a 5-on-5.
Portal in. Just gets thrown. Looking for the gorge before the portal runs out. Decides to just leave.
That was a really important throw from the garage.
It was.
If someone manages to get... If someone gets gorged and then they're able to get back out through that portal, that's a death. And that could be this next altar phase just for free for Artemis, but I don't know how many more chances they're going to have to look for these combos.
This is just a single altar, so I expect a big team fight. Every ult is up. Leo and Gaz here for the 5v5. Even Talonteers. Garrosh gets rooted. Gorge onto Gaz.
Bowen on the Junkrat.
Portal. Does not make it to the portal.
And Tomb came
Garrosh
out
on this backline for Junkrat.
just 1v2ing the healer in that DPS.
Absolutely. Junkrat boots away.
Leyline misses.
Disengage.
That's all ults used for Artemis. Throw
Same
onto the
for,
Junkrat. Protected,
Right wing
but
is able to cap during this team fight. Stitches goes down.
that was such a split fight for Artemis. That was
Yeah.
not how they wanted to take that fight. The Junkrat getting isolated by the Garrosh just did not work out for them at all.
Yeah. Decimate was doing a lot of work to keep them back there. Junkrat goes down as well. Malfurion looks in trouble. Medivh's the last one alive.
The game is not over yet. There's no altars to cap, but
This is true.
heavy hitters are going to hit 20 first, and this objective might spawn when they still have that 20 advantage.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a single altar once again. And as far as boss still has about 3 minutes left.
Are they going for a 6 cap?
We shall see.
I don't normally
Garrosh
see people
chasing
looking
this
at that middle
Medivh.
tower.
Where's Medivh gonna go?
He can just run back. I say he can just
The
run
Decimate
back.
is
right.
really deadly on Garrosh. That is a really untimely pick for Artemis. It's
Not,
a 57-second respawn timer, and the objective comes up in 28.
I thought that was still their keep. That is not their keep. The
No,
Medivh is not
that's why
safe
I
at
said,
all
where is he
there.
gonna go?
Yeah.
So this sapper's not a win condition. Leo
The
uses
sapper doesn't
Brave
really
Block.
matter. Garrosh is Gorge. Gravo misses. And Tomb lands on the 3, but there's no
Does
silence.
Garrosh live?
Garrosh is
Oh my goodness, with the TP? Garrosh does not live.
Garrosh does not live. Right wing's down to half. Vala's at 2/3. Stitches is
Stitches
dying on the
dies.
sides of the Vala. Junkrat goes in but dies to the Vala. Vala onto the Malfurion, and no one is able to cancel the Brightman. That is game 2, the heavy hitters, taking the series in a 2-0.
Wow. That was very well played. Especially during draft, I would say. It was almost like heavy hitters could envision these team fights. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody got gorged and went through the portal. They had every resource to save them. Garrosh got boots into that mid tower like 3 or 4 times.
I have to
still
give
made it
props
out.
to Vala and Brightwing for never getting gorged.
Yeah.
The Gorges were always onto a bruiser of the Garrosh. And in that same vein, Garrosh did a really good job of throwing the Vala, throwing the Brightwing to safety, or just throwing the Stitches to a place where he can't gorge anyone except the Garrosh. And really forcing Artemis's hand in terms of who can you try to blow up. Make it the hardest possible target. The Garrosh
Yeah.
who gets armor, gets a
Yeah, it
shield,
was
gets
always the
low health
Garrosh
healing
that
from
got
Brightwing.
gorged. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because if if Artemis can get those blow-ups onto Vala and Brightwing at the opportune times right before objectives are spawning, they will win the team fights. They will get those objective points.
And
but it just did not happen.
the investment in Stitches here is showing as far as the stats go. Everybody sub 30k on Artemis for damage other than Junkrat.
Yeah.
But the kills aren't that far apart. Those Gazlo ults were really good. I feel like it turned those team fights around a lot.
Yeah, there were multiple times where the Gazlo ults were just like, yes, I will Gazlo ult your Junkrat and your Malfurion. Put your healer and your main DPS in the same place. Stun them with my... I can't remember what it's called, the Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And then allow the Vala to just hit one of them to death, and the other one probably can't walk out. That was... Do you remember that insane save on the Vala in bot lane? She got out with like 100 HP from the speed shield.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
This felt like a very defensive Medivh. I believe there's potential for Medivh to go in and clinch those kills with the portal, but because they were saving the portal for Gorge all the time, they weren't able to finish off those kills like Vala.
If the Medivh goes in, he gets thrown in and can't get back to the portal.
You're
Most
not
of the time,
wrong.
Medivh can go in and protect himself, and he can't take damage. But Josh just throws him off, and then body blocks his way back.
Let's see. Maybe I can get an interview.
I'm gonna keep taking a look at these talents, see if there's anything I notice.
See.
One thing, Medivh did not go the ultimate cooldown reduction at 16, instead going for stable portal. Whenever I've seen Medivh, it's generally that. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it gives you just ley lines on repeat forever. But maybe it makes sense to go for another talent here because they're not really a ley line comp. Their follow-up for ley line is Entomb plus Junkrat damage, which is not quite as insane as you can get with other times. If you're going for like something like a Medivh Diablo, it makes a lot more sense to get as many ley lines as you can. Or any sort of... I guess the Malfurion has really good follow-up for Medivh. Because you can just put the root down and it'll guarantee root plus sleep.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the Coin Toss 4 and we'll get an interview there.
Oh.
Hello. We got the whole team coming?
No.
We couldn't decide, so me and Zan come to say hi.
Okay. Awesome.
How y'all doing?
Great. That was a really well-played Towers of Doom. The draft was exciting. Seeing Garrosh, Zarya, Gazlo. I loved that, and it worked out really well to counter the kidnap. Did you guys plan that? Did you guys know that they did a lot of kidnap, or?
I didn't see it in the scouting. Did you, Zan?
No, we did see the stitches that they liked it. I just think we weren't that concerned about it.
Like halfway through, when we saw it, I mean, I picked later, and I was like, man, I'd rather play Gaz than, at least I can do something if I get caught up, or maybe I was considering going unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm probably the one on the team who thinks most about strategy, and I know that Stitches gets worse the more aggressive your team is able to be. Because one, he starts losing forts that he can hide behind with Gorge, and two, because if you can catch up to a Gorge target, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, whether they were Gorged or not, sort of thing. Yeah. Like if your whole team's there.
Especially if you can have that speed shield to get them out so quickly and let them reposition.
Yeah, so it's something that I was kind of like thinking shouldn't be that much of a concern with us, because that's kind of what we do a lot. Run at people.
It's a valid strategy. I mean, your team was really aggressive on Braxis as well, and that worked out for you, especially because they had double support. Pretty squishy backline overall, without a lot of peeling because they have stitches.
Yeah, their stitches landed a lot of hooks. He played well. Yeah, first game we were kind of caught by surprise with the 2-3. I think we had discussed it.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we don't have a lot of sustain, and it's kind of working, so let's just go at them.
Yeah,
just went at them.
You guys had big health bars.
Yeah.
And the other team did not. But yeah, super well played, and you'll be in the finals next
Oh,
week.
are we?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this is the semifinals. So
Uh-oh, no pressure.
Not at all.
let's see. I don't know if the next team is
It's
already
Cool Cats and Kittens.
decided.
Yeah, they beat
Okay.
Magnitude, I believe.
Okay.
What do you think of that team? What can we expect?
So the
They're the only
top
team
two
we've lost to.
seeds, yeah, is number 1 versus number 2. So I
That
expect a
was also
super
like our
intense fight.
first. That was like our first match. So for me, like Zan's kind of a veteran, but for the rest of the team, like we'd never played an NGS game before, and we
Mm-hmm.
were trying to get kind of fancy with what we were doing the first game. So hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we just kind of like come from what we've learned and actually,
What, dumb it down to just run at them?
yeah,
It seems to work.
It does.
Yeah,
it
I
does.
mean,
You know what? It looks like that, but I'm telling you, man, Tezo's calls like are like they're really smart calls. Like he's really maximizing what we're getting.
yeah, especially as a Garrosh. Garrosh running in a team, super scary, especially early game. That armor is not to be trifled with. I saw that Tezo got booped behind the tower so many times and still made it out alive because of all that armor, which is insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Series of repeated boops over that top lane, their objective.
Yeah, we've played with
He's-
this Gary enough to see that kind of crazy stuff happen
He's
constantly.
used to it. He'll walk through hell and say you're tossed in on the other side.
Oh,
All right, well, congratulations. If you want to make any shout outs, you're more than welcome to.
No, thank you. For me, shout out to my team. That was awesome. Shout out to my kids, and
Aw.
thanks for casting.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to Ape, who is never going to do an interview. We can't get him to do it.
Why not?
I don't know.
What's it gonna take? Winning the finals?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what happened. Ape and Teza will cast if we win the finals, or they'll go interview with the casters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Done. All right, well, thanks for joining us, and
Yeah, thanks
good
for
luck on
having
your
us.
next match.
Thank you.
All right. That was awesome. Unfortunate for Artemis, but these
They
are
played
the
well.
top 2 seeds. Yeah, Heavy Hitters, Cool Cats and Kittens for the finals. And apparently, Cool Cats and Kittens are the only team Heavy Hitters has lost to. So,
Yeah,
I'm super excited to see that.
that should be a very good finals.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think I'll end it here. Thanks again for joining me at the last minute.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks everyone for watching. Maybe I'll cast the finals. Who knows? Bye.